How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about The Flash Season 7, Episode 16, titled POW. So, ooh, you could probably tell what happened this episode by the look on my face. Anyway, so the episode begins with Barry having another Nora dream. This time she says that the future has been changed, and then she kind of fades out like as if she's been written out of existence, kind of thing. Not the way that they do it in the Flash, but just like the way time most shows that end up encountering time travel, like, kid coming from the future type thing, where they just, and then the kid fading out of existence, it just kind of fades. Anyway, um so Godspeed War. This is Barry then just goes off to fight the Godspeed clones and gets injured. So Caitlin patches him up as is normal. He wakes up the next morning, and Caitlin tries to get him to calm down, but he's very insistent on having to fight this war. So Caitlin, well, she interrogates him she pretty much interrogates him, and we find out that, well, he tells her, not we find out, we've already known, that Barry's had two dreams, right? We've seen both dreams this week and last, and tells her that he's worried about Nora, and she suggests going to 2049. He's like, nah, I don't want to create another Flashpoint. Interjection. Flashpoint was because he went to the past, not the future. Right? Flashpoint was because he changed the past, not he went to go check on his daughter in the future. Anyway, enter John Diggle. We get to have Diggle. Let's go. Anyway, my little dance aside. Diggle comes in, and he is here to hopefully end the war. He has I think was it entropy? Is the word they used? An entropy device. Created by Cisco after he got the 411 from Barry and crew. Chester fanboys over Diggle being on the team because he's the heart and soul of Team Arrow and all of that, which was actually really nice to see. I'm gonna shift over a bit. Allegra and Esperanza. Allegra and Esperanza almost get into an argument of sorts. Allegra wants Esperanza to help stop Godspeed and then go after Black Hole, because Esperanza wants to go after Black Hole now. Esperanza's like, you know what, I'll do it alone, and she goes off on her own. This leads to Esperanza dying. I'm just gonna cover this entire bit now because it's really short. This leads to Esperanza dying, and I'm just curious, is this supposed to be her character arc, right? Esperanza finally has a chance at redemption and then dies. At that point, just kill her off as a villain, in my opinion, right? Like, also, she kind of disintegrated when she finally died. And she also died in Allegra's arms, which makes it more impactful. Anyway, back to Team Flash. Team Flash, name. Diggle and Barry go and capture one of the good Godspeed clones. And attempt to interrogate him. After a bit, the clone then tells Barry that the reason they're there is because they don't want to die, right? The six clones that are the six clones is, one side is obey August Hart and then die. The other is I don't want to die, right? The Godspeed clone escapes and destroys the entropy device. Barry flips out. He completely loses his shit and almost goes scorched to earth. On Chester, his friend. Now, Diggle's like, okay, hold up a second. There's, this is too much. Allegra, Chester, give me a Barry, the room. We need to talk, right? Diggle's like, there is, and just goes and tells Barry that if he's that worried about Nora, he needs to go and see Nora. There is not a single thing he would not do for his kids. Now, this is in response to Barry saying that obviously he's afraid of time travel because of essentially what it did to Diggle, right? Diggle had a daughter. Barry created Flashpoint. And then Diggle had a son, but no daughter. And then Oliver fixed that by when they recreated the universe. They brought back Sarah. All is right with the world. John now has 2 kids. But Diggle being the one to emphasize this point that Barry should still go because there shouldn't be anything he will not do for family, is actually good, and it gives it more impact because Barry's fear is that he might hurt one of his friends. Said friend is telling him, do it anyway. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, Flashpoint was created when Barry went back in time, not forward. The last time Barry went forward in time, he wiped his daughter off the timeline, and that's a different story. If that was the excuse to be like, nah, the last time I went to the future, she got wiped from existence, so let's not do that again. That's one thing, right? Anyway, Diggle, Frost, and Cecile go looking for August Hart while Barry time travels. As Barry time travels, he gets stopped by Godspeed clones. And is saved by Dion, who then tells him what is up with Iris. Well, Iris tells him what's up with her. And they tell him that Iris is kind of phasing in and out of the timeline. She's about to fracture across timelines, right? Like, that's not good. And Dion is barely keeping her together. And that's why Barry can't just send Barry off to 2049 because Barry asked, right? Now, unfortunately, that scene ends with Barry being sent back to the present and Dion taking Iris to, I don't know where he takes her. Something about a pure time stream type thing. Time travel shenanigans, I don't understand it. I am derp goldfish brain. It's beyond me. Anyway. Diggle, Cecile, and... Well, Diggle and Cecile go out looking for August Hart because... Well, they need to protect him from half the Godspeed clones because they want to kill him. On their way there, Diggle's headaches go to like an extreme, right? Cecile describes it as being infinite, which, yikes. Infinite is very scary of a word. In this particular context, it's very scary. Frost saves Diggle from being yeeted out of existence by Godspeed pulling an Eobard Thawne. I'm always going to call the vibrating hand thingy Eobard Thawne because he's the first person who did it, right? And then the 3 of them go to the final location, where they then find a man with no memory. This man is August Hart, which is confirmed later on. His memory loss is too strong. All he can remember is his name. After Caitlin injects him with the dark matter neurotropic thingy. Anyway. Kramer and Joe are alive and well. They escape the explosion and they confront the Kramer's friend dude who is apparently immortal. And apparently Kramer also died in the explosion? Now that's interesting. Is it possible Kramer's an immortal? Is it possible Kramer's an imposter? We do not know. Anyway. After Cecile tells Barry that yes, this is in fact August Hart, Barry says we're back to square one. He's freaking out because it's like, wait, my kids are like, my daughter is probably not in the timeline anymore. We need to fix this shit. Barry's freaking out again. Guys, let's remember the last time Barry had a freak out over Nora, he betrayed the Speed Force. He went evil Barry, sort of. And I'm just like, uh-oh, this is gonna end. Enter Nora West Allen! And there's the grin on my face from in the beginning of the video. We now see why I was grinning like a loon. Nora's here! Now she says, oh yeah, it's perfectly fine, and if you're happy to see me, you're gonna be twice as happy in a second. And then enter Bart Allen, who, he has the same personality as Bart Allen grandson, but is now Bart Allen son. And he uses the term crash, which is interesting, you know. Anyway, the episode ends with us seeing Nora West Allen and Bart Allen, and I am happy. Right now, we knew that Bart Allen and Nora West Allen were gonna be in episode 17, as that is the 150th episode. It's already been all over the internet and whatnot. Like, I think it's been confirmed actually that the 150th episode is gonna be like Speedster Central. I believe Jade Garrick is in episode 17 because, you know, big boy episode. We gotta have a celebratory type thing. So it didn't come as a shock so it came as a shock that we saw Nora in one scene in 15. I was like, wait, they need to bring in Nora and Bart. Like, what's going on? When they didn't show up in 15, okay, they were for sure gonna show up in 16 because there's no way they're gonna come in midway through. Like, that'd be just weird and not Flashlight at all. So they came in at the last scene of 16. I am happy we got Nora back. I have been asking for Nora West Allen to come back since she left. And we finally got her back. Hopefully this time she doesn't get wiped out of the timeline. But anyway, that was the episode. I thought it was amazing. As you can tell by the grin on my face at the beginning of the episode. Sorry, not episode, video. And at the end of this video, I am still grinning like a fucking loon. Because Nora is back. Let's go. I love the person who plays Nora West Allen. She is amazing. And Nora West Allen is also just an amazing character. But yeah, tell me what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section down below. That's give it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright.